A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 13th day of November 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. We do welcome you this evening together with my colleague on sign language interpretation, Muhammad Mugalu. Now, before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight. And in our top stories tonight, President Museveni pledges to substitute rice growing in swamps with fish farming. National Water and Sewage Corporation areas amount to 105 billion shillings, faulting MDAs still withholding funds. Government promises to establish Graduate Support Fund. And UCU-SCU claims not part of Bank of Uganda. Good evening once again. Now, in our top story this evening, the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on Thursday presented his manifesto outlining his plans for the residents of Budaka district as he seeks another mandate in the country's highest office. He pledged to substitute rice growing in swamps and wetlands across the Bukedi sub-region with fish farming, which he said would generate higher incomes for the residents. Philip Aguta reports.
Thousands of NRM supporters thronged the Saza grounds in Budaka district to welcome and listen to the party manifesto presented by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the NRM presidential candidate. Budaka, like many other districts in Bukedi sub-region, heavily depends on rice cultivation in wetlands and swamps. While campaigning, President Museveni urged the residents to embrace fish farming, noting that it offers better financial returns compared to rice growing.
That's why we are sending you all this money. Emyoga, PDM, Operation Wealth Creation, all that is to help you get out of poverty. And you people in Bukedi, you are very rich people potentially because you can be very rich through fish farming.
In the health sector, Museveni pledged to upgrade one of the health center 4s in Budaka into general hospital status, alongside elevating health center 2s to health center 3s following concerns raised by district leaders.
Therefore, all the 20 sub-counties will have health center 3s, and one of the health center 4s will be upgraded into a district hospital. One of the health center 4s, not all.
In the education sector, President Museveni reaffirmed his commitment to revive the free education policy in government schools.
I introduced free education 30 years ago, but people have not implemented it the way I wanted. They are still charging school fees. And as a consequence, children drop out of school. I started a peaceful way of proving my point. So therefore, I want you, the NRM people, to discuss seriously the issue of school fees in government schools. And when we finish the elections and win, we should really discuss it and see how to make sure these children do not have their future doomed because of a bad system.
District leaders commended the NRM presidential candidate for his efforts in maintaining peace and promoting key infrastructure developments in the Bukedi sub-region, but also urged him to address the ongoing kingship conflict.
I will request Your Excellency to help us with due guidance. We conclude on the issue of the Ikumbania.
First and foremost, I want to thank him for the PDM program. It has improved so many households. The income is rising. And also the health center 2s have been upgraded to health center 3s. We are already requesting in the next Sanja, Muzei should prioritize and elevate or upgrade our health center 4 to a hospital or a referral hospital.
Museveni was accompanied on the campaign trail by senior NRM leaders who highlighted reasons why citizens should continue to support and vote for their national chairman.
Continued to have very well attended rallies, but this is because Ugandans agree with our campaign theme of this year, of this election cycle, of protecting the gains. The NRM has not only delivered in terms of development, but the NRM has registered tremendous peace and stability in our country.
I want to thank the President because in all his rallies, he has been training and educating the people of Uganda on how they can get out of poverty. He has done it well, and I believe the people have learned something out of this.
Tomorrow, on Friday, the NRM presidential candidate is scheduled to continue his campaigns in the Butaleja and Tororo districts. Philip Waguta for UBC News in Bodaka.
Well, President Museveni, candidate for NRM, has finished his campaign trail in Budaka district. But what was his performance like in the previous presidential elections? Now, let us take a look. Now, according to the Budaka district fact file, Budaka district consists of a total population of 281,537. Now, this district also consists of 20 sub-counties, 76 parishes, 323 villages. Now, if we can take a look at the 2021 presidential voter turnout, it had a 100% total voter registration at 100,900. Now, when it came to the voter turnout on the D-Day, it dropped to 62.8%. That is also equivalent to a total number of 63,330 voters turned out to vote that day. That is on the 2021 presidential elections. Now, as we look at the contenders in Budaka district, we do see that the NRM party had the lion's share of about 52.5%. That is also equivalent to 33,261 votes. And then coming in second came the NUP party with a voter turnout of 43.1%, equivalent to 27,281 votes. Now, currently, Budaka has a population, a voter registration of 127,429 voters, which is actually a very good improvement compared to the 2021 voter register. Now, this also has with 302 polling stations, up from 190 in 2021, which is actually a very good improvement in Budaka district. Of course, we are calling upon the Electoral Commission to encourage the voters to come through on the D-Day, that is in 2026, to vote for their president. And now into Chibuku, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has campaigned in Chibuku district, where he emphasized the need to embrace wealth creation and provide private job creation as key strategies to ease the government's employment burden arising from Uganda's growing population. in Chibuku, the president was accompanied by the first daughter, Natasha Karugire Museveni, and he urged voters to remain loyal to the NRM party, describing it as the only party with the right prescription and diagnosis of the country's challenges. Let's take a look.
Veteran artists Moses Sali aka Bebekol and Ragadi have continued to lead candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's campaign trail. As President Museveni continues to comb the eastern part of the country, entertainment has become part of his district rallies. Similar excitement filled the Kibuku Primary School grounds as the NRM presidential flag bearer for 2026-2031 arrived. In Kibuku, Museveni was still accompanied by first daughter Natasha Karugire Museveni.
Your Excellency, the President of Uganda and the NRM presidential flag bearer, on behalf of the Secretary General, I want to welcome you here at Kibuku.
On behalf of the people of Kibuku and on my own behalf, I take this honor to welcome you to Kibuku.
The second National Vice Chairperson NRM, Anita Ntamong, addressed the rally before inviting the president.
I want to request the people of Chibuku that be the campaign managers of President Museveni. Go from door to door looking for the votes.
So therefore, when somebody says, why are you supporting the NRM? These are the reasons. NRM, what it has done, and what it is planning to do.
While campaigning in Kibuku, the president pledged more funds towards the district health and education departments.
Upgrade Kenkebu. In Kenkebu sub-county to Health Center 3.
In the 2026-2031 manifesto, NRM party is emphasizing uplifting people's standards of living through funding the wealth creation-related programs.
The one of Obugaiga Bwamaka, Uganda's NRM Tafari to Uganda, have listened to the message. And they have left Okoro Echida Chonka. They are working for Echida and the stomach.
However, Museveni reiterates that his gospel for wealth creation is as old as his heart.
The 4 acres model.
According to the president, dependence on government jobs is a colonial syndrome.
So this idea of working only for the office is colonial. So we are now going back, everybody to have Omuoga, what he's doing.
With the establishment of industrial parks like that in Mbale City, President Museveni says the move has offered smiles to many Ugandans.
Jobs come from wealth. Wealth of an individual, of a family, of a company, or even the government. The government can have a parastatal. Yes, there are government jobs.
Yes, government.
But they are very few. As I speak today, the factories have created 1.3 million jobs. That means 3 times more jobs than the government jobs. And the hotels and transport and agriculture also have. So this is Tafari number 4 by the NRM to Uganda.
Kibuku is one of the districts whose young population is at a rapid growth, thus putting more pressure on services such as health and education. Here the president has emphasized free education for all.
In 1996 I introduced free education, but some people don't understand it. They kept bringing back charges in government schools, and as a consequence children are chased out of school.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has finished his campaign trail in Chibuku district. But let's take a look at how his performance was in the previous 2021 presidential elections. Let's take a look. Now, looking at Chibuku district, according to the 2024 census report, it has registered a total number of 249,441. Now, Chibuku district consists of 22 sub-counties, 92 parishes, and 405 villages. Now, looking at the 2021 presidential voter turnout, they had a total voter registration of 91,971, which was at the time 100%. But when you came down to the voter turn-up of that day, 60,660 turned out to vote. That is a drop to 66% compared to the 100% total voter registration. Now, looking at the contenders of the day, NRM taking the lion's share, 52.5%, equivalent to 34,078 votes. The National Unity Platform came in second with a percentage of 39.9%, equivalent to 23,624 votes. Now, currently, Chibuku District has a total number of registered voters at 126,144, with 298 polling stations, up from 194 back in 2021. Now, local leaders and the locals of Chibuku District have affirmed their support to the ruling National Resistance Movement in the forthcoming elections. They cite improvement in social and economic infrastructure development, where roads and health facilities have been upgraded. They say such achievements, including education and employment creation, are some of the gains that need to be protected. We have the details.
How many love President Museveni?
The painting of Kibuku Primary School grounds yellow was a show of genuine support to the ruling National Resistance Movement. Improved health facilities, upgraded roads are some of the factors for this support.
The 1 billion that we are receiving as a district, it has done a very good work to connect the district from one side to another. But above all, look at the health sector and education sector. Health sector, 2 facilities have been upgraded.
Chibuku, we have 3 major roads, Krisi Crossing, and they are all tarmacked. Mbale to Iganga through Tirinyi, Tirinyi to Palisa, Palisa to Kamongoli. They all go through Chibuku district.
In education, not only seed schools have been established, skilling hubs have changed youth livelihoods.
We were in position to get an industrial hub, and most of our brothers have gotten an opportunity to learn some skills, and at least they can earn a living out of their skills from the industrial hub.
People can ably handle their businesses. He has said in the next financial year, Kibuku district will have 2 factories producing animal feed and chicken feed.
These are some of the reasons why the ruling NRM will be voted back in this area.
Therefore, with this parish development model, which is a scheme that has been started majorly by His Excellency the President, and every person getting at least 1 million shillings, you can see the examples of growth.
Let these people start to be productive. So why do we like NRM? We are saying you have laid a foundation. We are saying we want to move ahead. And I can tell you, we shall move ahead.
The NRM message remains unchanged, protecting the gains. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Residents of Madiokolo district in the West Nile region have decried the low profits they earn from selling sim-sim, noting that they sell a kilogram of the crop at only 3,000 shillings. While conducting campaign rallies in Rigbo sub-county Madiokolo district, the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi, pledged to revive the growing of cotton and sorghum in the West Nile region.
The Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi spent the day in Madiokolo, West Nile region, engaging with residents of Ribo sub-county and popularizing key issues in his manifesto. Mafabi observed that the growing of cotton and sorghum in the region is currently limited to few individuals and prisons, while most people have turned to growing simsim, which is not yielding good profits.
Our cotton, we want to bring cassava, we want to bring sorghum, because those are the items which earn a lot of money. In West Nile, there are only 2 people growing sorghum and cotton. That is, you are not selling immediately, there will be stores. And should you grow anything, the sun destroys it, or the rain or something bad, the insurance company will pay you.
Mafabi pledged to invest 10% of the national budget in agriculture to enable people grow crops that offer better financial returns.
And the problem here we get from Rigo sub-county is there is too much sunshine which can kill our crops. We grow in simsim, and the challenge which we face in simsim is sometimes these kettles, they can also sometimes destroy for us simsims, and we don't have market for simsim. Sometimes you can grow simsim in a large number, but there is no market for simsims.
The candidate also vowed to fight corruption as part of his broader plan to improve livelihoods.
Should not be charged, yet there was evidence of stealing iron sheets, and they got it with them.
Nandala Mafabi has so far held campaign rallies in Madiokolo and Terego districts. Saddam Mubale, Farida Namfuka, UBC News.
UBC News Tonight. The Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources is seeking for answers as to why some government ministries, departments and agencies have not paid national water areas despite the release of funds by the Ministry of Finance. The committee, chaired by Soroti East MP Herbert Ariko, held an engagement with the stakeholders including National Water and Sewage Corporation and management of Uganda hospitals to understand the situation.
The National Water and Sewerage Corporation is seeking to recover over 105 billion shillings in arrears owed by government ministries, departments and agencies. The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development has committed to paying off the debt and has released 81 billion shillings so far. The Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources was concerned on the compliance of the MDAs to put into use the released finances.
Indeed, last month this money was released to these MDAs. However, National Water and Sewage Corporation raised the concern that, up to this extent, whereas Ministry of Finance has released the money, the circular of the PSSST is there, we are not receiving money from these MDAs.
The committee has invited several debtors, including heads of government hospitals, to explain themselves.
This quarter, we received 6 billion, and we have already gone ahead and warranted this money on the budget line for water.
However, the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development admits to receiving 410 million shillings but hasn't paid 360 million shilling debt to National Water. The ministry's response was deemed unsatisfactory.
We are now making preparations to make payment. Additionally, the breakdown for the domestic arrears was communicated to us on the 4th of November.
So we want to know, why is it so hard for them to pay on time? Thank you.
What is so hard? Because it is 7 days now on the road since the demand notice was tabled.
So bear with us, we have the money. That's one sure thing I can tell you, that we have the money and we are paying, and the process is ongoing.
The Minister of Defence and Veteran Affairs tops the list of debtors with 27 billion shillings, followed by Uganda Police Forces with 24 billion shillings. National Identification Registration Authority, NIRA, has over 500 million shillings.
That some of the people in Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, specifically responsible for managing finances, have indicated that they only would like to transfer to National Water 11 billion. The concern of the committee is that areas are specific. The same case with Uganda Police Force. Uganda Police Force owes National Water up to 24 billion. They are the second highest. And to them also, we've been reliably informed that they only plan to transfer 8 billion. Our concern again is, where do they get the idea that they also want to keep aside the 16 billion without transferring? Because
Despite the Ministry of Finance's commitment, stakeholders are calling for specific budget allocations to avoid future debt accumulation. National Water and Sewage Corporation's Director of Engineering, Gisagara Alex, emphasizes the importance of preserving environment and public health, discouraging agencies from exploring alternative water sources like underground water.
They are going to cause even hotels and other places, even Sheraton requested for underground. And it's not manageable to contain, to control, and to monitor. The Ministry of Health has always had so many engagements with the Ministry of Water and National Water, so to make sure that we don't have these epidemics come again to Kampala. We have been having a break. So imagine if it starts in the hospital and women's hospital.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
That's another front now.
The government has announced a special fund to support graduates. The fund is expected to empower young professionals with financial resources and skills to create jobs, innovate and contribute to national development. This was revealed by the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, while presiding over the 18th ISBAT University graduation ceremony held in Kampala, where over 700 students graduated in various disciplines.
During his campaign trail in Alebetong district, President Museveni, also the NRM presidential flag bearer, promised a fund for graduates to improve their livelihoods after school.
I'm now also going to start a fund for university leavers. If you have left university, or not got a job for 2 years, I want you to come and benefit from this fund.
Presiding over the 18th ISBAT graduation ceremony, the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, re-echoed government's commitment of a special fund specifically designed to help graduates access capital and create employment opportunities.
There will be a special fund to support graduates. We are yet to write the final details of the policy and the guidelines how it will be used, but graduates now will have a fund where they can apply, get seed capital, and be able to start off businesses.
Baryomunsi further noted that government is ensuring access to innovation and technology, enabling students to utilize digital tools for productivity and innovation.
If we cut taxes on materials and devices to do with ICT, that will greatly improve on the utilization and penetration of ICT.
The Executive Director of the Uganda Communications Commission, Nyombi Tembo, also highlighted the importance of integrating technology into the education system, saying it enhances deeper understanding and learning outcomes.
The true transformation will not come from simply adopting every new tool. It will come from reimagining pedagogy, how we teach, how we assess, and how we engage our students.
Meanwhile, ISBAT University's Chancellor Fred Omach called for increased capacity building to ensure a supportive learning environment for all students.
Now students come because there are no lecture rooms, so they have to move. But the numbers would be much more if we get other areas where we are able to get more structures.
Under their graduation theme, Transforming Higher Education by Integrating Emerging Technologies, Vajesh Mondamatam, the founder and chairman of ISBAT University Board of Directors, underscored the importance of equity and inclusion in the design and application of educational technologies.
If you don't know some of these technologies, you can't perform. So what we have done
even business programs, accounting and finance, and any other program for that matter, we have integrated with appropriate technologies.
Over 700 students from 25 countries graduated with masters, degrees, diplomas, and certificates in various disciplines, including cybersecurity, information technology, and public health, among others. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Thank you, Irene Faith Nantongo. In more news this evening, the National Resistance Movement is conducting grassroots mobilization in the Rwenzori sub-region, holding a series of meetings to assess party performance and strengthen support ahead of the next elections. The conferences have attracted elders, former leaders and new converts from the opposition as the ruling party targets an 85% victory in Kasese district. Ivan Kahwa reports.
The cadres, the mobilizers. You can't mobilize when you are not informed. That's where we have a problem.
The National Resistance Movement is conducting awareness meetings with its cadres in the Rwenzori sub-region to strengthen grassroots mobilization efforts for the party. The NRM conferences aim at assessing the party's performance and all leadership structures.
My brother Mwindi has a budget of 117 billion, I think. But all these bridges you see here are besides the budget. What do you want from government? And how can we support the opposition? And you say that you have given President Museveni 40. And you say, we support President Museveni.
In Kasese, we discovered that we had over 4,000 mobilizers. And this is a very big force. Even if somebody went out and mobilized 10 people, that's already 400,000, and the voters in Kasese are 430-something thousand, which we believe we can be victors.
Elders and former leaders are part of the meetings, sharing their experience and guidance with the members. During these engagements, some members of the opposition announced their defection to the NRM party.
We have come to realize as elders that we have the history of this country. And many young people have been misled because they don't know where we came from, where we are, and where we are going. So before we go for campaigns, we thought we should have these conferences constituency by constituency.
So far, the conferences have been held in Bukonzo East, Busongora North, South, West and Kasese municipality areas, where the party performed poorly in the previous elections.
But it was also time for us to interact. Sometimes we have gone into elections without interacting. And it was also time to also reconcile, because some of those leaders competed with one another. And some have gone independent, some have not decided to bow out and campaign for their colleagues.
State Minister for Trade, General Wilson Mbasumbadi, also joined the party in the mobilization efforts, encouraging the communities to embrace government programs. Campaigns are ongoing. Leaders are unveiling their manifestos, garnering support.
It has all the details and it has pictorials showing the achievements of NRM, health facilities, hospitals, theater, schools, district administration headquarters, and many others. These are really enough to justify that people get to understand that the leadership that is in place is set, and there is no way you can send away somebody who has performed. NRM has performed, and this is the reason why we are saying, look, because in every constituency, there are a number of giant activities that have been done.
In Kasese, NRM leaders say they are united under one mission to ensure the party secures 85% victory in the next elections. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
The NRM Secretariat has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening grassroots mobilization and advancing the implementation of President Museveni's development agenda. Speaking during the President's campaign trail in Palisa District, NRM National Mobilizer Dr. Rosemary Nansubuga Seninde commended the Secretariat's efforts in coordinating local party leaders to effectively engage communities across the Bukedi sub-region.
Dr. Seninde emphasized that the Secretariat's current focus is on translating President Museveni's manifesto into action, noting that its full implementation will significantly improve the welfare of Ugandans.
Because the people, mostly the young people whom he has been skilling, have given testimonies, and this gives a lot of hope to the young people of Uganda, more so those who have dropped out of school because of school fees. So the president is making it categorically clear that this time around he's going to make sure that the children of Uganda do not miss school because of school fees for secondary and for primary. And of course this is giving hope to everybody in Uganda. So I want to appeal to our people to remember that we have to vote for President Museveni to be able to protect these gains.
She acknowledged the challenges faced by residents in Palisa, but urged them to continue supporting the NRM.
He has given PDM, he has given ushered in peace and stability, he has brought in infrastructure, he has improved roads in this sub-region. So the people are giving us hope that they are going to vote for President Museveni. So I'm calling upon all Ugandans, come 15th of January, to make sure that we all get out of our houses and vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the NRM.
Ambassador Barbara Nekesa Omundo highlighted government's poverty eradication programs such as the Parish Development Model and the Myoga.
We have so far completed successfully the sub-regions of Acholi, we completed the sub-region of West Nile, Karamoja, Lango, we completed Teso very successfully, and we did Bugisu. Yesterday we were winding up with Sebei, and today we have officially started on Bukedi. We want to appreciate our people who have continuously turned up in big numbers to welcome the president. But this is evident of the fact that being our theme, protecting the gains, I think Ugandans do appreciate what the NRM government has done for them, and they continue to yearn to hear from the president what the NRM government has in store for them in the next 5 years.
Oundo rallied residents to maintain their support for President Museveni.
So we want to appeal to all our NRM faithful. Please turn up in big numbers to welcome the president. We want to urge you to support the NRM not only because of what it has so far done for us, but what it is yet to do for us.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Politicians in Kampala are changing their campaign strategies, opting for door-to-door campaigns to directly connect with voters. Shamim Namfuma, a candidate contesting for the Woman MP seat, has adopted a house-to-house campaign strategy aimed at understanding the challenges faced by residents. Take a look.
As the campaign season continues to heat up with politicians striving to win the hearts of voters, different candidates have adopted various approaches designed to appeal to the electorate. Shamim Namfuma, contesting for Kampala District Woman MP on an independent ticket, has taken on a door-to-door campaign where she interacts with residents on a range of community issues.
To-door outreach is because I want to connect directly with the voters. I want to know their challenges, because those are the same issues that have been affecting them over the years.
According to her, this approach helps her gain deeper insight into the people's needs and enables her to propose practical and relevant solutions to their challenges.
The women that I've met today, the KCCA has become a problem because these people, the working conditions are really so bad. We need a collective solution for them. We don't need to throw them away from their working areas. Rather, we need to gazette places for them to carry out their businesses.
Namfuma has visited various areas, including garages, parks and coal mines, where she has listened to the residents' concerns. Meanwhile, Philip Munduni, the NRM candidate for Makindye Sabagabo, has also been campaigning in Mutundwe, promising to tackle several issues if elected. Kandoni urged residents to recognize the achievements of the NRM government over the past 40 years, which include peace and security, free education and infrastructure development, among others.
In Kakumiro district, campaigns are gaining momentum as both independent and NRM candidates hit the ground to rally support. Independent woman MP hopeful Harriet Tibulihwa Sale and NRM flag bearer for LC5 chairperson Joseph Sentai have launched their campaigns, each pledging to uplift rural communities, promote peace and drive development across the district.
In Kakumiro district, the race for woman member of parliament is between the Prime Minister, Honorable Robinana Banja, holding NRM flag, and the independent candidate Harriet Tibulihwa Sale. Harriet Sale has officially launched her campaigns in Chukwaya and Kasambia sub-counties, focusing on uniting communities and promoting peace and harmony across Kakumiro district.
Of that, I want to come and unite the people of Kakumiro. I want to bring back peace. The peace our foreparents left behind, work for people, and I want to work hand in hand with you people.
She called on voters to support President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, emphasizing the importance of continued stability and development in the country. She highlighted the NRM slogan, protecting the gains, saying it presents progress in peace, infrastructure and community empowerment.
That we can improve more and more. If you had one car, this time round, if a road has been constructed in your area, you're going to be, that road will enhance you, do your businesses very well, carry your farm produces very well to the market, be able to access good markets, be able to access social services like hospitals, schools, and all that in order to improve on your livelihood security.
At the same time, NRM LC5 chairperson, candidate Joseph Sentai, launched his campaigns in Mpanga Parish, pledging to uplift rural communities' standards of living.
To fight the 32% who are not in cash economy, it is true government is lending a hand as far as education is concerned. But it is the responsibility of all of us who are stakeholders, the local government, the central government, the parents. That's why the government comes in with the school management committees and the parents comes in with PTAs to sit and see the well-being of the schools.
Sentai urged fellow candidates to avoid abusive language during campaigns and instead promote issue-based politics. He also encouraged residents to vote massive for President Museveni to sustain district's growth and development.
Use our methods we normally use, and which normally puts us on a leading side. And I'm sure even now we shall take the lead. Let us be disciplined. Wherever you're asking for a vote, don't mix votes. You ask for my vote and for His Excellency the President.
Both candidates share a common goal of promoting rural economic growth and improving service delivery across Kakumiro district, aiming to drive inclusive development and lasting community transformation.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint Undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
UEDCL is offering a normalization window until the 31st of December 2025 for those who have illegally connected into power lines or tampered with power metering equipment. Register with UEDCL at www.uedcl.co.ug/wetereze to normalize your connection to avoid penalties or prosecution. Visit any UEDCL office in your area for assistance or call our toll-free numbers at 0800 203 088 or 0800 285 285 and 0800 385 385. Take advantage of this normalization window before the law catches up with you. UEDCL, lighting up your world.
Welcome back from that break, and we're glad you're still with us here in UBC News Tonight. In more stories, believers and Ugandans at large have been urged not to lose hope amid its life's challenges, but to trust God for guidance and strength. The call was made by American preacher and spiritual mentor Dr. Paula White, one of former U.S. President Donald Trump's advisors, upon her arrival in Uganda for the Command Your Future conference at Miracle Center Cathedral, Rubaga.
Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane, a renowned teaching pastor and leader of Paula White Ministries, whose mission is to transform lives, heal hearts, and win souls through the gospel of Jesus Christ, is in Uganda for the Command Your Future conference. Accompanied by her spouse and their son, Dr. White Kane landed at Entebbe International Airport on Wednesday at about 5:48 p.m., where they were warmly received by Pastors Robert and Jessica Kayanja, and after were ushered through the VVIP lounge.
Pastor Dr. Paula White, we are so grateful to have you here in Uganda, and the news is everywhere, the billboards are everywhere, there's a lot of excitement, and we want first of all to thank the President and the First Lady of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency the President Lauryn Masika Kazimoto, and the First Lady Mama Janet Museveni, for having accorded you this kind of welcome.
Well, first and foremost, I'm here in my personal capacity, and I've been in ministry over 40 years. I expect a move of God. I believe this is equipping time. I believe that we're in a time of transformation for Uganda, for the nation, for the people. There's that place that they talk about, which is the tipping point, where it tips into that next level, that next place. I truly believe spiritually.
Later that evening, Pastor Paula ministered to hundreds of believers who gathered for the Wednesday anointing service at Miracle Center Cathedral, Rubaga.
Heaven is going to breathe earth in real time. In your life, in this nation, in your ministry. You set in motion a divine alignment, an agreement with the counsel of God. You've set in a divine alignment.
Pastor Paula urged Ugandans to be hopeful in life no matter the challenges they face. Pastor Paula White Kane, the conference's main speaker, alongside the hosts, the Kayanjas, led believers and leaders through a spiritually enriching program featuring teachings, mentorship, motivational sessions, and life purpose guidance within a charismatic Christian context.
I was in extreme poverty, government dependence, living in a trailer, which is poverty in America, to get formula, milk for my baby. God specified me.
Then number 6. These are very powerful things. We're going to talk about them. Peace about the future. The world is troubled. Child of God, I'm here to tell you, you'll have peace.
The Fountain of Honor, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the First Lady are expected to grace the conference tomorrow and share insights on government initiatives aimed at poverty alleviation, complementing the event's focus on holistic transformation and empowerment. The Command Your Future conference, which started on Wednesday will run until Saturday at Miracle Center Cathedral Church, Lubaga. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
In a move set to transform the border industry, Honda, through its local partner Mark, has joined hands with Union Border to provide riders with durable, high-performance motorcycles at an affordable initial deposit of just 250,000 shillings and payable in 24 months. The partnership aims to empower riders with reliable transport solutions while promoting safety and efficiency on the roads.
The most benefit of Honda is the quality that Honda delivers, the durability that Honda delivers. So the objective, the main objective, and what we are looking for as Mark Investment, the partner with the Honda Motors, is to bring these affordable bikes to our riders to impact on their lives. We have to impact on their lives in a way that their income levels improves from where they are to where they are going. Why? Because of the durability, the quality, the efficiency, the fuel consumption is very low. So all that contributes to improvement of income levels to our riders.
As a business development advisor of the union, I think my chairman have delivered my part. Chairman gave me instruction. This now we are, we've started only, now we are just coming 1 year. 1 year, we've achieved a lot. We've managed to organize the structure. We've known now from LC1 to the president. We are countrywide. We've partnered up with quite a lot of these big institutions. Now, starting this November was our year to start work. And with the chairman's assignment, he told me that whatever bike we put on the road under union, quality is the number one. Price is important but not very key. Quality.
As Mr. Asenuga has put it, our business product advisor, we've been performing well in electric. Now it is Honda on the side of fuel that we chose to move with first.
Confusion is sweeping the SACCO sector after reports claimed Bank of Uganda now regulates them. Uganda Cooperative Savings and Credit Union says that is false and misleading. We have the details.
Uganda Cooperative Savings and Credit Union explains there is a clash of words.
That the union and the SACCOs do not undermine or fear any prudential regulation and supervision of SACCOs. But we advise that this sector be streamlined by having a regulatory framework for SACCOs, which is a single regulator. This is to advise our members and the general public to disregard the New Vision headline regarding regulation to SACCOs with the Bank of Uganda.
The Cooperative Societies Act, the Microfinance and MDI Acts created 3 regulators, the Ministry of Finance, Bank of Uganda, and the Registrar of Cooperatives.
We wish to inform SACCOs and the general public that while the Tier 4 Act had sent large SACCOs to Bank of Uganda in 2016, Parliament revised its position by deleting the societies from the MDI Amendment Bill 2022. The MDI Amendment Act was subsequently assented to by the President of Uganda, His Excellency.
meaning Bank of Uganda has no mandate.
Uganda Cooperative Saving and Credit Union Limited, the union of all SACCOs in this country, sought legal redress via High Court case number 0130 of 2024, Uganda Cooperative Saving and Credit Union Limited versus Bank of Uganda. The matter is pending determination at the Civil Division of the High Court of Uganda.
Affirming SACCOs remain under the Cooperative Societies Act. Sudat Kai, UBC News.
Uganda National Examinations Board has trashed allegations that the Economics Paper 2 for 2025 was a past paper, saying the year interchange was just an error, but the content was fresh. Jennifer Kalule, the Uganda National Examinations Board spokesperson, says as an examinations board, to avoid a repeat, will tighten the quality assurance measures.
On Tuesday, 11th November 2025, Economics Paper 2 had the incorrect year 2024 printed on it instead of 2025. The incident sparked public backlash. The examinations body issued an urgent correction to all examination centers, directing supervisors, invigilators, scouts, and head teachers to inform candidates that the paper remained valid. In an interview with UBC TV, the Principal Public Relations Officer of Uganda National Examinations Board, Jennifer Kalule, says was a typographical error. She goes on to say no candidate will be affected by the misprint.
We got a challenge on the day before, that was on Tuesday, when our USCE candidates were writing Economics Paper 2 in the afternoon. There was a small hitch, a small typing error on the question paper, whereby instead of 2025, we indicated 2024. However, on the footer, it was clearly indicated 2025. On behalf of the board, we would like to allay the fears of the candidates, allay the fears of the entire nation that that was just a typing error. However, the content of the question paper had the true version of the 2025 examination questions.
To prevent future slip-ups, the examinations body says will review quality control measures.
So there's no cause for alarm. It was not a past paper, and the candidates had not seen the questions before. So there was clearly no leakage. That is what would harm the assessment system very much. But there was no leakage. There were fresh questions which the candidates had not interfaced with before. This is something which has not happened over and over and over in the years. And of course, fortunately, we do have quality assurance. Yes, we shall strengthen our quality assurance measures, and it will not happen again, definitely. And it has never happened.
Aside this incident, Jennifer Kalule says senior 6 examinations countrywide are progressing with ease.
But this far, there's been no leakage at all, and that is the best, the best thing that I can talk about really at this point in time. The typing error of 2024, we did correct in good time.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
To get the power to win. Njagalo funeliani. Njagalo funeliani okuwangula ogenda kuwangulota. Ngenda kubanga obukadde 10 buli wiki wanchi. Ngenda kubangu kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimuchoka. Line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula kintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Nja kwese momo. Okudya buli ogenda okusasula. Ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo. Oyinza okubanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo. Wanchi ogenda ku investinga kozesa momo. Abo MTN bwe jamanyi. Mekuwa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Wala. Castello, bwentandika nengamba kiki ekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu nengamba halo oli luddawa tinze tirinyi halo oli luddawa nze ndi ggulu halo oli luddawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwannange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga makompyuta nenkuta awa namwenna kasita nabe nesi okubeera nga mwana wotekoze ebintu bino wammanga epeyinze ebolowinze einvestinze ng'ekozesa momo. Remember to dial star 165 hash or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
The President and the Secretary General of the Urban Authorities Associations of Uganda invite their members to the 56th Annual General Assembly on the 20th and the 21st of November 2025 in Tororo Municipality Mayor's Gardens. Invited are all mayors, all chairpersons of municipal divisions and town councils, all town clerks, all speakers, and heads of finance. The guest of honor will be the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, Right Honorable Anita Mong, accompanied by the Minister for Local Government, Honorable Raphael Majezi. Come in big numbers and we share experience in urban management.
Welcome back from that break, and now into business. Insurance sector players are innovating in order to satisfy the changing needs and preferences of the customers. Excel Insurance Company, in partnership with Service Corps, has unveiled the Excel WhatsApp Bot, a digital innovation designed to make insurance services faster, simpler, and more accessible for Ugandans.
With this new digital service, customers can now purchase insurance directly via WhatsApp, pay instantly through mobile money, and receive their insurance documentation immediately with no paperwork, no queues, and with access to full customer support.
The reason for the digital stickers is majorly to see that we remove the problem we've had of fake stickers, and all the government agencies are appreciating this, including police. So whereas the law is there that you need to display, we feel that with digital stickers, you are more safer than having a, because you may display actually a fake sticker, and at the end of the day, when there is a loss, your claim is not paid. So all the agencies, government agencies, are in agreement that this is the way forward.
This initiative underscores the insurance sector's growing commitment to improving digital services for greater customer convenience. The initial rollout focuses on motor third-party insurance, with plans to expand to other insurance products in the near future.
So we are able now to provide a solution where you are able to buy motor third-party from WhatsApp. Imagine, and that means even when you're on the road and you reach somewhere and just by some luck you find that you don't have valid third party, you are able to buy it. And that means you do not become nervous and say, how will I reach my next destination when now I know I shouldn't be on the road?
If your vehicle has not been updated, if it is that vehicle that is not yet updated in the motor vehicle database, this system will not see you, so you won't be able to pay for motor third. But it's very, very important that you validate your vehicle, make sure it's up to date, it's roadworthy, it's supposed to be in the database. That's when you are able to be picked, because we validate against the updated database of the motor vehicle.
By simplifying access to essential services, the Excel WhatsApp bot bridges the gap between technology and protection, empowering motorists to get insured anywhere, anytime. The innovation demonstrates how fintech can drive digital access to insurance while embracing convenience, efficiency, and trust among Ugandan customers. Dennis Igor for UBC Business.
And now into sports, a team of Kabaddi players is set to travel to Bangladesh to participate in the second Women Kabaddi World Cup. The Indian Women Association has sponsored the 19-member team, and the president of the association, Falgani Patel, says they need to support the talents of the girl child.
In Uganda, Kabaddi as a sport started in 2018 to date, and Uganda has won the African Championship twice. Now, a team of Kabaddi players is set to travel to Bangladesh to participate in the second Women Kabaddi World Cup. The Indian Women Association has sponsored a 19-member team of Kabaddi players and challenged them to hold Uganda's flag high while in Bangladesh.
Support Kabaddi from 2018. Throughout, we support every year to Men's World Cup, to Women's World Cup, and the kids also. This year we have supported them with the visa fee of $1,000 US Bangladesh. We have provided 30 t-shirts to them as a travel kit, water bottles and the shoes, which is almost costing us 10 million plus.
The founder for Kabaddi sport in Uganda, Edgar Mujuni, commended the Indian Women Association for supporting the team.
It's only a girls' team going to Bangladesh to represent the country, and the sport has added value to the girls. These girls are all on full scholarships from their different education institutions and schools. At least we believe that the girls have got an education.
Kabaddi is an offensive sport where the player enters the opponent's territory, chant, and must return their own half within 30 seconds.
The Uganda Olympic Committee Secretary General Beatrice Aikoru was about 2 days ago honored at the Anoka Gender Award, recognizing her outstanding leadership and contribution to African sports.
Beatrice Aikoru was among 6 women across the African continent celebrated for advancing gender inclusion in sports. The award was received by Uganda Olympic Committee and Commonwealth Games Uganda President Donald Rukare during the Anoka Gender Equality and Diversity Forum in Bujumbura, Burundi.
And I'd like to congratulate Beatrice on this recognition and this award. I think Beatrice is well deserved. You're definitely one of the leading lights when it comes not only to promoting sport here in Uganda as our Secretary General and General Secretary of Uganda Athletics, and your work in the international sphere. You may be aware she's a council member of World Athletics, but also sits on various committees within World Athletics, Commonwealth Games, Anoka, and many others.
During a secondary handover ceremony at the Uganda Olympic Committee headquarters in Kampala, the true recipient, Beatrice Aikoru, was gratified by the gesture from Anoka.
I know it's not easy. At times we take it for granted that the women who are in sports deliver services, but they are not recognized. But this award is not only for me, it is to motivate all the women who put up their hands to stand in leadership in sports generally, not only for me.
In her remarks, she thanked Anoka for acknowledging women's efforts in sports development. She said the recognition motivates more women to take up leadership roles, adding that when more women lead, more will be inspired to participate. Aikoru also shared how she balances family, work and leadership by managing her time effectively and staying focused on athletes' interests. She encouraged women to be confident, humble and willing to serve, saying their participation is vital for the future of sports in Africa.
And with that, our first edition of UBC News Tonight has come to an end. But do join us at 10 o'clock with much more stories. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto, together with my colleague, Mohammed Bugalu. We will see you at 10.